skateboard days, so we out living life in the night. Pray to God, man, I hope I don't die.
Okay, so quickly before this video starts, I just wanted to say that this video is long as shit, so I would advise you to skip on a few depending on what you want to watch. So at the start you will see me just talking about what I will be doing on my channel, then it's the actual parts of the gun and stuff like that, how they work, and at the end, if you want to skip right to it, there's a video of me and my friend shooting at a piece of glass just to test the power of the gun. So yeah, enjoy. Hello everyone and welcome to my first proper YouTube video. As you can see, I'm not playing COD, but I am here to do a review on my Airsoft gun. So finally I have decided to actually do something with this channel and record a proper video like I promised to do. And yeah, so I'm finally here. The gun that I will be reviewing is this sexy beast right here. This cost me quite a lot, including the attachments and the rest of the gear that I have. So before I do start the review, I would like to mention a few things. This gun can harm people. I will be going over safety precautions and stuff not to do with it. To people that don't want to get shot, obviously. Like if you're playing Airsoft, main thing, just wear goggles, and if you don't, just don't shoot at people that don't want to get shot. And I will be making 2 more review videos after this one of them being on my communication system that I have, so like my headset that is on my helmet, my PTT and my radio, all the specification of those and stuff like that, and my full kit, so like the armor plate carrier, and I'll be telling you guys where I got the stuff from, how much I paid, the quality of it, just a full description of everything. And yeah, so let's get right into the review. So now we are here at my desk with my gun in front of me, and this is the part where I do the review. So let's begin. We'll start from the barrel. Now I won't be taking off the suppressor cover or anything like that. Actually no, I will, because it's easy to take off. So here we have the suppressor. So obviously it doesn't suppress anything because this is electric, it's not a real gun. So there's really nothing to suppress, but it's for the aesthetics. So it looks pretty nice. Right here, which is covered by the tape, is the release for the suppressor. So if you pull this bit upwards, it releases the suppressor. So if you rather have no suppressor on the gun, then you just pull that up and it takes the suppressor off. Incredible. Now, moving downwards with just the normal barrel, and we have my foregrip, or well, not a foregrip, just a normal grip, but yeah, it's very comfortable on the hand. It's much more comfortable than the other one that I had, which I will show in a different video. It's much more comfortable, gives me way more control over the gun than the previous one did, and I'm just pretty happy with it. So next we have the scope protector I have here. It's just a scope protector, nothing too exciting, just so your scope doesn't get hit by a BB. And then we move on to the scope. So this will be a little bit more in detail on the scope, even though, well, not really, because I actually don't know. I forgot the brand of the scope, and I have no idea where the receipt is from the thing. So yeah, but just the main things. So here under the tape as well is a distance. There it is. It says it goes up in 50, 70, 5, 100, 200, 300. So that's the how high I think it shoots. Well, not how high it shoots, how high up it measures. If you're going for really that long shots. This was pretty much made for a sniper, I'm pretty sure, but it's still a good scope for this rifle for long distance. Not too long distances anyway, but it's good enough. So here we have under these two, when you unscrew these, I won't unscrew them now, actually I will. I'll unscrew the side one. When you unscrew them, there will be a little twisty thingy, right this. So I'll just show up close to the camera. You can twist it with your fingers, and basically when you attach the scope for the first time, you will have to most likely center it. So set up the gun and shoot at a short distance and if the BBs fly too left or too right, like if they fly out of the really far left of the scope, then just twist this anti-clockwise, and if it's too far to the right, twist it clockwise, and keep then testing it by firing the gun, seeing if it's straight. And then the same thing with this top one. You unscrew it and you twist it left clockwise or anti-clockwise to measure to center it from going up, so it doesn't go up too high or so it doesn't go too low. So yeah, that's the scope. You have the flaps as well. There, you close, open. That's that's pretty basic. I won't explain that much. And then under the tape here, right there, you can see the legs of it. It's the thing that holds the scope in place. The screws, I'm pretty sure it's just typical size 4 Allen keys. So, and this right here, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty twisty. It's a twisty thingy. You twist it. If you twist it, I don't think it's gonna pick up to the camera. Oh, it kind of does. You can see that it turns green. Now, I don't usually use this. It makes it look cool, but I don't usually use it because it doesn't really work that much. And the more you twist it, the dimmer it gets. And then if you twist it the other way, it should turn red. Now you can't see that one because it's a bit darker, but it does turn red. And then again, if you twist it more, it turns more dim. So yeah, I'm gonna close that there. And here we have normal stock. It's just a stock, really. There's nothing really to talk about. And then we have the sling and the sling attachment. And now, one thing: this gun does not have a sling attachment on the front. It does come with the one on the back, but it doesn't have one on the front. So if you want to have a 2-point sling like me, which I would advise for this gun, it's kind of a bit long to have it hanging down your side, unlike a bungee sling or something like that. So I would advise having a 2-point. You will have to buy a sling attachment for it. But I wouldn't worry about that too much. They're not that expensive. Well, for this one I paid €17.99, which some of you might think it's expensive, but I'd say it's worth it. If you're spending already over 100 quid on a gun, you might as well buy that. And that's basically the content of the gun. I will now explain where I got them from, and then I will explain how the gun works and what each button does, basically. So I did watch that clip back, and it basically sounds like I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I promise you, I'm telling you what you need to know about this gun. I am not gonna be talking about any internals or anything like that, because I actually don't know anything about the internals. But what I will be doing as a part of this video is every single gun that you order from taiwangun.com, by the way, this is where the gun came from, is a Polish website. Fantastic, honestly. It gets to you from Poland in about a week, 2 to 5 days. With UPS standard, the price keeps changing for everything, especially the delivery cost. It was 17 yesterday, now it's 16 today, and yeah, but that's the standard. It's UPS standard, €17 and cents. That doesn't really matter, for 2 to 5 days. And then you have the premium version, which is the UPS Express, for an additional like €23, so it costs 40 but it gets to you from 1 to 2 days. Now that's pretty fast coming from the center of Europe, Poland, into Ireland. So yeah, it might take a bit longer for like America and stuff like that, but you should already know that. So most of the things that I will be reading out for the more technical parts of the gun is going to be coming from this. Now every time you order a gun, you get something like this. It's just an auto electric gun instruction manual. Yeah, it's an instruction manual. It just says, like, here you can see the parts, the internals of the gun. So basically this helps show you how this stuff works, and basically if you need to unscrew something, yeah, if you need to take something apart, it just helps you. So it has like the trouble clinic, like if you're gonna have trouble with shooting, there's the explanations for that. And yeah, so I will basically just explain everything now. I will go over all of it. So let me tell you first about the things. So you already seen the suppressor cover. I know you can't see my gun right now. It's very annoying, but my camera doesn't want to zoom out at all, so it's going to be a bit tough, but I'll try my best. So the suppressor cover, the whole gun is from Taiwan Gun, as I already said, and everything else basically on it is from Airsoft Era, except the sling and the scope. And so, okay, never mind. You know, I'm just let me explain. The scope is from Taiwan Gun as well. Decent scope, as I said. Scope protector from Taiwan Gun. I can't tell you the prices because I wish I could, because I don't have the actual receipt for it, as I already mentioned previously, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, the grip is from Airsoft Era. But this iron sight was on the gun. There was another one, but I took it off because I don't need two on the side. And I actually forgot about that part, is I have an iron sight here in case I want to tilt the gun. Now, just saying, every single time if you want to do something like that, a setup like this, every time you tilt the gun, the BBs will fly a little to the side. That's obviously because you're turning the gun to the side. So just be aware of that if you're trying to do that. So the suppressor cover, the tape. Yeah, the suppressor cover and the tape is from the same company. This is from Airsoft Ira. It's Viper. Yeah, it's Viper. The suppressor cover was €10. For its quality, it's actually a very good price. The tape is €5 plus delivery, for $4.50 for delivery, unless you're buying things over €50. And that's it actually. And the sling attachment under here is Magpul. It's from, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I could Magpul. One of those. You correct me in the comments. But that's from Airsoft Ira as well, and it was $17.99, as I said already as well. So I think that oh yeah, and the sling was from Taiwan Gun 2. Also forgot the price. But I think that is everything that is on my gun. Yeah. Okay. Now moving into the technical part. Let me explain what all the buttons do first before I move into the actual instruction manual. So here you can see this. You press that. You press it in. You twist. Now in the back here, you probably won't be able to see that this is where the battery goes. There is this twisty thing. That's what it twists. It's like a little metal bar about this long, and this is what you put in. This is the back panel of the stock. That obviously holds the battery in there for flying out in like the middle of a game. So basically, you push this in. I won't push it in because the cable, and I don't want to be fishing for it later. By the way, one of the biggest flaws of this gun is how hard it is to take the battery out, because I usually have to unscrew these two to get it out, because it's really tedious otherwise. But you basically see these grooves here. You put it this way, and that little bar slots into one of these, and it holds this in place so it doesn't, slide in, out, whatever. And then you adjust it to how much you want it to stick out. Personally, I put it all the way in because the gun is long enough as it is, and it doesn't need to really be any longer than this. So moving now here, this panel you have under the scope right here. If you cock this back, it opens this, and if you cock it back a little bit more, there we go. It has the hop-up gear, which allows you to set up how high the BBs fly. And then, yeah, that's basically it. You turn it clockwise to do that, and then anti-clockwise to lower it again. Then if you want to simply close this, there is on this side, you have this button right here, above the mag release. You press that, and you'll hear the obvious click. And then you just close, as you see, that's closed, and then you just close the latch and it's done. And mag release on this side as well, right there, if you can see that. Yeah, right there, mag release, and then the mag release on this side. Oh yeah, you want to pretty much clock that back as well when you close the hop-up gear chamber. And then the mag release there. You have this switch. Right now it's on safe. Now it's on semi, and now it's on full auto. You know how that works. The trigger. Now the trigger, as you may see from some other Airsoft YouTubers that have more like really upgraded guns, you very lightly tap it and it fires. This one is not a flat trigger, which I wanted to get for this gun. because it's just, you know, you don't have to press on your finger that much. You have to kind of press it pretty far for it to fire. Sometimes when you press it really lightly, you'll think it fires. You'll hear the motor cycle, but nothing will fly out. That's just you just didn't press the trigger in enough. And I think that covers basically everything. Oh yeah, actually, before I go on to the instruction manual, this right here is the zoom. So you twist it clockwise to change the zoom. It zooms in when you twist it clockwise, and anti-clockwise you zoom out. So now let's move on to the instruction manual. Right, so the instruction manual. On the front it says always read through this manual before operation. That's basically if you don't know how to operate an electric airsoft gun, or you've ordered one that you've never handled before. To be honest, it's actually kind of always good to read the manual, because every gun is different unless you, I don't know, buy one that's exactly the same as a one that you already own. And it obviously says only for 18 years of age or older. I mean, I'm 18. Yeah, I'm 18. Yeah. Injury caution, obviously, since plastic BB bullets reach 50 to 60 meters, careless shooting may cause eye damage or other injuries. Now, there is a section of this manual that has a section for injury and stuff, so I will be getting to that. And careful reading of handling cautions and instruction manual. So always read through this handling cautions and instruction manual. Manual is actually spelled wrong here, but this is Chinese. Don't worry, listen. As much as you may not trust the Chinese yourself, Taiwan gun is very reliable. You can trust me, because I actually have surprisingly a family member working there that I didn't know about. But yeah. And carefully before operation, operate the air gun with full recognition of warning and cautions. You also should do that. Really carelessly shooting this could even get you arrested or just get your weapon confiscated, so please be mindful. Right, so the first page, the contents. Now, the contents show a different gun, mainly because they don't print a different one for each type of gun, because usually they're basically the same. So we have... contents. The magazine of shooting 350 rounds continuously. Yes. A front sight adjustable screw. Now this is a different gun, but it does have an adjustable iron sight, obviously, which I already showed you. And an unloader. Now I'm not calling this an unloader because it's not an unloader. It's this thing right here. Basically actually an unloader, because it's just used for in case a BB gets stuck on your barrel. In case, instead of looking down your barrel, which you shouldn't do, never look down your barrel, no matter, even if it's a fake gun, don't do it. This is for just getting the BBs out. It comes with the gun. Okay, so moving on, we have an 8.4 volt NIMH battery pack. This one isn't 8.4 volts, it's 9.6 NIMH 2/3A 1200 mega amps. Yeah, so right there, these two. And it's a pretty good fitting thing, and then this is the battery that's really annoying to get out of the goddamn thing. So yeah, so we had the front sight, the blanker safety set, yeah. The rear target sight, stock. I'm not even gonna go over those because you've already seen them. I already went over them. Yeah, you've already seen the selector lever, loading of the BB bullets. Okay, so actually I will show this. I hope there is no. This is the mag. It is a mid cap. Supposedly, according to the manual, it holds 350 bullets. It could. I don't know. I never filled it really until it didn't allow me to fill it anymore. So I'm just gonna put it in. Boom. And the mag releases. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty easy to learn. You either press it on this side. It's pretty easier to be honest. It's easier on this side. Because it's right under the trigger, so if you run out of ammo, yeah, stop firing, press that really quickly and the mag is out. So, yeah, to be honest, doesn't take that much brain cells to learn how to unload a gun. So then, hinged semi-automatic way of loading the magazine with bullets. Open the magazine cover, fill it with the 6mm BBs, about 350 BBs. So, okay, so no, this one doesn't hold 350 because this one that's on the manual is one that's like, it doesn't, it's the one you have to wind. So that's not my one. I will show you my one now. My one is just a standard, where did I put it? There it is. So you just have this here, and there's a little button here that you pull back with a spring on it, and if you do that, it releases all the magazines out of the mag. If you just need to empty out your mag. Or you just fully auto your friend. No. Well, yes, but if you're playing Airsoft, and if they give you consent. If you do that to someone on an Airsoft field, you'll most likely get kicked out. So, this does not come with the gun. This is a speed loader that I bought off Airsoft Era. You basically, it's easier to load. You have this bit right here. You fill this with BBs. Open this latch. Put them in. Put it there and keep pressing until the mag is full. So, yeah, simple. Setting the battery. You just plug it in. We're gonna move the phone. You just plug the battery in there, slide it into the stock, and you're good to go. The magazine is done under the condition that it is removed. Now, I won't go over this because it's not the same as in my gun. So I will skip a few pages. I already went over the hop-up gear. Already went over the kind of extendable stock. Yeah, how to set the semi-automatic stuff and that. The variable hop-up system. Oh, here we have the cautions thing. After operation. Remove the magazine and dry fire the gun, the semi-auto mode directly to the muzzle to a safe direction, otherwise the spring may be weakened. Set the selector of the safe to the safe position. Bullets may remain in the chamber even if the magazine contains no bullets, or if the magazine is not connected. 2 or 3 bullets may drop from the magazine. This is the normal operator of the gun. Always disconnect the battery and attach the protective cap whenever you do not operate the air gun. Now, protective cap is the thing that you put on the front of your suppressor. That stops from the BBs from flying out in case something fires. So it's just basically a cover like mine, but it doesn't have an opening, so it doesn't let the BBs fly out. Another caution. I don't have a clue why this is spelled so badly. Maybe because it's translated from Chinese, but like, it's just because it's a bad manual, it's not translated properly, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like, listen, I spent €400 and I trusted them to deliver it, and they delivered. So it's great, and it got to me fast, no problem, really easy. And it's not coming from China, it's coming from Poland, so you can trust me. I'm Polish, trust me. Trust me. Okay, so make sure no dirt gets into the chamber to avoid clogging of bullets. That should be obvious. Don't honestly take care of your gun. If you're buying this, you should take care of it. Honestly, don't drop it around. Charge the battery if the firing cycle becomes slow or it sounds different. If it sounds different, don't worry. There's no problem in your anything. It's just your battery most likely dying. Give the air gun a rest for 5 to 10 minutes after firing about 500 rounds in order to ensure long service lives of the motor and battery. Now, yes, and to be honest, when you're out playing with your friends, I doubt you'll be firing 500 BBs. It wouldn't take that long, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, 5 to 10 minutes, 500 rounds, you get it. If bullets are clogged, remove them, refer to 11P, and apply a few drops of silicone oil into the chamber from the magazine entrances shown, or spray silicone oil for 0.5 seconds or 1 second to obtain smooth, continuous... That's just how it ends, but I suppose like smooth, continuous firing. So, let me read that again. A few drops of silicone oil into the chamber from the magazine entrance. So there is a, I will actually show this through my phone because it's not sure if you will see that. The silicone oil will go right in there where that metal part is. You should be able to see that hole. Yeah, so into that hole and then into the magazine as well. So basically what you want to do with the magazine to apply silicone oil, I will show you right now. So, right here, this is silicone oil by the way. It doesn't have to be specific silicone oil for a gun. I mean, you can buy it already off Airsoft Era and most likely Taiwan Gun. I didn't check if Taiwan Gun had it, but if they're at an Airsoft store, I suppose they would. So this is from Parkside. Now, I wouldn't trust this because it's from Lidl. No, okay, listen, it's just silicone oil. It's not that hard to get silicone oil right, but like, yeah, keeps rubber smooth. That's what it says. Greaseless protectant, lubricant, release agent, and conditioner for plastics, wood, rubber, and metals. So you spray this a little drop in there, not too much now. A little drop. You let it sink down, and then you load the magazine. Fire it, and repeat that 2 to 3 times, and then you should be able. You'll be good to go. So, continuing with the manual, the semi-auto again. Oh yeah, I was going over this already. Yeah, when about 10,000 rounds are fired, spray silicone oil to the chamber for 0.5 seconds or 1 second. The hopping up operation may be unstable for 200 to 300 rounds after spraying the silicone oil, which is not a problem. We shall not be responsible for any damage or accidents arising from wrong operation, disassembly and modification of the airgun. So at this point, if you're planning on modification of your gun, like changing the motor or some pistons or gears, the trigger, yeah, they're not responsible at that point. Because it's obviously, you know, it's basically not their gun at this point because you've modified it. But if you're modifying the gun, you should basically know it. And if you're modifying the gun, you're much better at what you're doing than I am. So, any costs for repair of such damage shall be paid by the user. Now, listen, if you know what you're doing, if you're good enough to change the internals by yourself, you should be able to repair it by yourself as well. And it's not actually that complicated at all. So, the variable hop-up system. By producing a backspin on the BB, this system allows for straighter and longer distance shooting than normal airgun. Unlike the fixed type, the variable hop-up system permits one-touch adjustments using the dial and lever, making it an ideal hop-up system. So that is what I showed you. The little, where the latch opens, it's the little gear that you spin around and yeah. So moving the lever too much towards hop causes bullets to clog. Keep pulling the trigger with bullets being clogged damages the piston and gears. So moving the lever too much towards hop causes bullets to clog. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes too high. You probably just wouldn't fire at that point. So just, yeah, make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. If the bullet's blocked, stop firing at once, then adjust hop up switch to normal position, hop off and take out the blocked bullets with a cleaning rod. Never use used and dirty bullets. Otherwise the chamber becomes dirty, resulting in unstable hopping up. So, yeah. BBs. Now, if you fire BBs at an airsoft field or anywhere and you just decide to go around picking them up, don't. Picking up dirty BBs and firing them at something may damage them. Like, for example, if I fired at my pillow here at my bed, it'll be fine. You could reuse that one probably, because nothing would happen to it. But if you're firing it outside, it's hitting rocks, leaves, the ground, it's scratching, it's getting dirty. Do not reuse those. It may damage your gun. Turning excessively adversely affects the trajectory, so stop turning the hop adjustment lever when bullets fly horizontally. Yes. The hop up dial can only be turned a certain amount. Turning it too much will damage it. To be honest, when you buy the gun, you don't have to turn that thing at all because it fires straight. So I didn't change mine at all, unless you want to fire way longer distances, but mine one just, yeah. So the best position is where the bullets fly horizontally and the longest flying distance is obtained. Too much hop up, return the lever towards normal. So basically here it shows you how the bullets should basically, so there's two X's on the front and bottom, so they shouldn't be going up too high or too low. basically the middle. Turning, yeah, okay, I already said that. So operational caution. Yeah, I already mentioned those. Maintenance when bullet speed become low. Drop a few drops of silicone oil or Teflon oil from the bullet entrance. Insert BB bullets into the magazine and fire bullets equivalent to 1 or 2 magazines. To complete the cleaning, use the the cleaning rod with cotton, as shown below, to remove excess oil. So yeah, you basically a piece of cloth on the little rod that I showed you and put it down the barrel. Hold the mid of the cleaning rod, then insert into the chamber. After adjusting, hop up, switch to normal position, hop off. Inserting the rod will be difficult if you hold the rod at the end, because it can fold like this. I'll show you basically. If you're putting it into and you're holding it at the end and trying to push it in, it obviously does that. So just hold it like in the middle. So yeah, you get it. So removing cloth bullets, yeah, that's what the thing I showed you. Fuse replacement procedure. Now, the fuse is at the wire, back here at the wire as well. Let me show you. It's right in this little see-through thing. You just open that up, the fuse is in the middle. If the fuse is blown, you take it out, replace it with a new one. Easy as that. So the fuse holder is accessible when the handguard is removed. In this case, it's the stock. Remove it from the reverse side. Remove the fuse holder while pressing nail. After the fuse is replaced, reinstall the original operating condition. Just take the fuse out and put a new one in. Don't overcomplicate it. Fine adjustment of gear engagement. Now, only when the motor noise becomes high after operations for a long period of time, conduct the fine adjustment as shown. So, in this case, it's under here. So I will get my phone because it's going to be hard to show otherwise. Right here, that's also pretty dark. You can probably see where you unscrew it. That is where the motor axis is. Right on the hand, on the where you hold the gun with. So excessive tightening of the screw may damage the motor. Pulling the trigger while adjusting the screw to the left or right stops turning when the motor is quietest. So now we are here at the trouble clinic. So the clinic troubleshooting confirmed before calling the repair. So we have symptoms, and we have causes, and we have action. So we're getting almost so this is actually the part I wanted to get to. There is also something about safety. Oh, yeah, it's on the back. Okay, so let me now go over the trouble clinic. So this is basically if you're having trouble with the gun and if you don't know what to do, you look at the back of this pamphlet and it tells you. Right, so symptoms, no operation at all, so your gun doesn't operate. Selector is set to safety. Now, if you're that dumb, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it like this. Set the selector level to semi or full auto. If your gun doesn't shoot, there's a switch that changes it to semi. Now, I understand some people never operated a gun, so like I'm just saying, it's most likely set to safe, so just switch it to semi or full auto if it doesn't want to fire. The battery's not charged yet, so most times the battery could not come and charged. My one only lasted about an hour when I first took it out of the box, which was fine. You just plug it in, and listen, with these batteries, especially this plug, it doesn't show you how long it's been charging for and when it's charged, so I don't think you should leave it charging for more than 5 hours, because if the battery heats up, it can explode. So with these, be careful. Also, this plug is it's a European one, so you will need an adapter if you live in somewhere where it uses the 3 plug sockets like me. So yeah. The plus and minus or battery connector is reverse. So now I think it's pretty hard to reverse it here because the two entrances, one of them is circular, one of them is square. You can't see the focus, you bastard. Well, it doesn't want to focus. There, you can kind of see it there. One of them is circular and one of them is square. So it's pretty hard to confuse them. The fuse is blown out. So yeah, I doubt the fuse will be blown out straight out of the box. But if you do manage to somehow blow out the fuse, then just replace it. Just check if it's not blown. So expired motor life. 50,000 to 60,000 rounds or poor electrical connection. Replace the motor purchasing from your dealer or us, or check and repair the contacts. Motors aren't that expensive anyway, so yeah. So although motor is removing, no bullets jump out. So bullets are clogged in the magazine. So yeah, just insert the rod into the chamber and clean it out. Bullets are clogged in the chamber or in the magazine. Insert the rod into chamber, then move up and down to take out the blocked bullets. And bullets are clogged in the chamber. Remove clogged bullets using the cleaning rod. Faulty gear, purchase the replacement. Yeah, so if you're faulty gear, you just have to purchase a new one. There's nothing really you can do. Impossible full auto operation, so automatic firing doesn't work. Insufficient battery power. Yeah, so just charge the battery. Sometimes, yeah, it does need power. Like this has 405 FPS. Forgot to completely mention that. So this gun is pretty powerful. So like, it does need juice to be able to pull out full auto on this much power. So yeah, just saying. Faulty bullet feed of magazine. Repair clogging the magazine. Now, I don't know, like, it's just kind of broken English. I think it was directly translated from Chinese, so repair the clogging the magazine. So where the magazine, basically where the mag enters the chamber here, that's where you have to repair it. Poor electrical connection. Consult your dealer or ask for overhaul, maintenance, or repairs. Just repairing the wires and stuff. Impossible semi-auto operation, single shot. Deviation in gear timing. Set to semi-auto, firing 5 to 6 rounds in full auto. Never use BB bullets other than those supplied by use of the poor quality BB bullets will cause problems. Never disassemble or modify the gun. Now, listen, that's up to you. Just saying, if you probably disassemble it, you're going to be the one fixing it, because I don't think they can fix it anymore if you've disassembled it yourself. But if you want to modify your gun, go right ahead. It is your choice, and you don't have to listen to these fools at all. By the way, not the Polish fools, because I don't think the Polish fools... not fools, I'm Polish myself, don't take this... Please, don't get offended. But my boys back in Poland, I doubt they've made this manual. I think it just comes with the gun. The gun is made by SEMA, by the way. I basically just left out all the important information. SEMA, by the way, make great guns. Just like this one. Okay. So, by the way, BBs, yeah. BB-wise, I use 0.2 gram BBs. They fly fairly good. You can buy heavier ones if you want, but 0.2s work very well for me. They are cursed. It's like a big blue bag. And there's like 5,000 BBs, I think, in one bag. It's like those large ones off Airsoft Era. And it's like a skull, and the black bag is blue. So if you want to check it out, it's on Airsoft Era. Just type in BBs and you'll find it. They're called cursed, so yeah. So more symptoms here. Insufficient battery power, obviously, and poor electrical connection, same thing. Automatic firing become shorter. So yeah, that's if the bullets don't shoot the same amount they used to before. So it could be insufficient battery power, worn or damaged chamber packing, worn or damaged chamber packing O-ring, or deteriorated piston spring. So now, see, this is really technical at this point. So most of these will be requiring for you to be disassembling the gun yourself, or getting someone to repair it. So shooting distance becomes shorter. So yeah, worn or damaged chamber packing, worn or damaged chamber packing O-ring, deteriorated piston spring, faulty BB bullets, too small or heavy, faulty gear problem caused by too many blank firing, or worn or damaged fire, or damaged gear. So yeah, you can't blank fire it, because you can actually damage your gun if you blank fire it without BBs inside. So what you can do is consult your dealer or ask for overhaul, maintenance, or repair. Replace the chamber packing, piston packing, O-ring, and piston assembly. Use the genuine BB bullet. Purchase the replacement gear from your dealer and repair. Drop a few drops of silicone oil from under the chamber. That's for if you have a gear problem. And yeah, so too loud operating noise. Gear problem caused by too many blank fire. fires. That's really weirdly spelled here. But consult your dealer or us for overhaul maintenance. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Worn or damaged chamber packing. No hop system. Faulty BB bullets. Too small. So use a genuine BB bullet. Turn the hop adjustment lever toward hop, and consult your dealer or us for over. Yeah. So that's if your bullet's being fallen out from barrel end. Oh yeah, so that's if your bullets are like falling out of your chamber when you've stopped firing, and if you tilt the gun and they fall out, that's probably, yeah. So being wet or drop into water, rain, yeah, it's electric. Don't do that. So stop operation immediately. Disconnect the battery. Wipe off water from inside the main body and the battery, and after complete dry, carry out trial firing. If no operation or malfunctions detected, consult your dealer or repair for us. Yeah. Okay, so that's basically the manual done. But now I'm going to go just read out the back, just the safety precautions, and that will basically wrap up the video. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so I know I already said my goodbyes, but I forgot a pretty important part of the video that I was supposed to put in. The gun actually shooting. So me and my friend went up the hill from my house into a field where I usually shoot the gun, away from anybody that could get possibly harmed. And he was shooting on a piece of glass. So just to prove how strong this gun really is. It didn't shatter straight away, just saying, but it did break. So yeah, enjoy that video, guys, and yeah, that's just the last clip. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Right, so these are probably fairly, you know, not too complicated. So first of all, when shooting the air gun for a target or game, you and all participants must wear goggles. Now, yes, Airsoft is about getting shot, okay? If you're a sore loser and you go to an airsoft field and you complain about being shot, you probably shouldn't be there, because you are going to get shot at and hit. So one place that you don't want to get hit is in the eyes, because you can go blind. This isn't like a Nerf battle. These BBs go flying out fast and they can really hurt you, so wear armor protection at all times when shooting each other with airsoft guns. And also paying attention to ricochets. Yeah, so it can ricochet back at you. Depends on what you shoot at. If you shoot at a tree, it can bounce back at you and fly back into your eyes. So if you think just because you're shooting alone at a tree, you can still, or whatever you're shooting at, it can still bounce back and hit you. And pay sufficient attention to also to third person other than the participants. Oh, okay, so you can actually do that. Like if there's, for example, the ref. If you're aiming at someone, you can accidentally shoot the ref. That's not your fault, basically. And if you're shooting with yourself in, like, obviously don't shoot the gun in public areas, because as it says here, you may be punished if you're shooting for a practical joke. See, they don't know what they're saying. And here, yeah, the next part of the cautions. You may be punished if you damage public or personal properties or injure a person or animal, even if you're shooting for a practical joke. Always observe manners and enjoy healthy sport shooting. Now, that's a big one. You should never be shooting at people that aren't playing with you, or animals. Animals should never get shot at by airsoft guns, because they don't want to get shot at, and I don't think they're playing airsoft with you. But yeah, and humans too. It's there's no joking around with this. There's no practical jokes with the airsoft guns, because you can really hurt somebody if you're not careful. So now, never disassemble or modify the airgun. This airgun is manufactured under consideration of appropriate performance and operability. Disassembling or modifying the gun may generate danger or adversely affect the performance, so avoid disassembling or modifying the airgun. Now, if you know what you're doing, it won't do anything to your gun. It will make it better. But you have to know what you're doing. And if you just have the gun just to have it and just to shoot around, just play casual airsoft, and you don't want to really modify anything, then I advise you to not do anything to it. And if the motor is at its life's end, then you just replace it. Yeah. And the internals obviously can be replaced. If you replace them with the same identical thing they were before, then you're fine. And yeah, again here, never look into the gun muzzle. Now, do not look directly into the muzzle to avoid accidental discharge of BB. Now, if this is on safety, that shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be a problem, but you still shouldn't look down there. Like, if you think you're looking down there just to check, like, I'm gonna check if a BB is stuck in there, and then it fires and it blinds you, that's your own fault. But don't look down the muzzle. Just don't. Common sense. Even with a real gun, you shouldn't do that. That's obvious. And then with an airsoft gun either. Like, you might think it's reasonably safer because it's not an actual real gun. You can still go blind, so don't do it. And even if it's on safety, it might be a fault. It might just fire for some reason. You know, you never know. Yeah, again, here it is, never aim or shoot a person or animal as the target. Always attach a protective plug to the muzzle. Now, I don't have a protective plug on the thing. I just put it in a gun bag and I just don't aim it at people. Usually just aim it in the air. So yeah, please read the instructions carefully before use. Please retain the instructions for future reference and don't use it improperly or refit the air gun. So yeah, that basically wraps up the instruction manual and wraps up this video. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. This video is, I'd say, pretty long because I just thinking over back the clips that I just recorded. They were each like 8 minutes, and I don't know how much clips there is right now. Well, when I edit this, it's probably going to be like maybe 38 minutes. So I understand if you didn't get to this point where I'm talking at the end. Most of you will probably click off after like 5 minutes, but you know, it's here for the people that are interested in it. And just looking around my room, I think I have mentioned everything basically. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching once again, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Okay, so I know I already said my goodbyes, but I forgot a pretty important part of the video that I was supposed to put in. The gun actually shooting. So me and my friend went up the hill from my house into a field where I usually shoot the gun away from anybody that could get possibly harmed. And he was shooting at a piece of glass. So just to prove how strong this gun really is. It didn't shatter straight away, just saying, but it did break. So yeah, enjoy that video guys, and yeah, that's just the last clip. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, so here I am outside with my friend Max. We are testing the power of the gun. So here we have my gun, operated by Max. Hopefully he has a good shot for this. And out there, you probably can't see it, is a piece of glass right up against that piece of wood. So we will hopefully be able to see how it shatters. Let's go. Hey, there it is. Alright, well, it took a few, but you got it. So yeah, let's see the damage. So we are right up next to it now. Yeah, it's done some damage. It's shattered it pretty well. It took a few shots at the start, but yeah, you got it pretty well.